The scientific community has long recognized the significance of the rapid and wide-scale changes occurring in the polar regions of our planet as a result of global climate change. These regions are experiencing the most rapid warming on Earth. This has serious consequences for people living in the Arctic. But before long, the warming in the polar regions will have equally serious consequences for people living all around the world. Therefore, studying the Arctic helps us make better predictions about the impact that global warming will have on all of our lives. For students living outside the Arctic, it can be difficult to imagine what life is like in this remote location, let alone to understand why changes in the Arctic have such important consequences for them and the rest of our planet. The Polar Explorer learning experience will give students the opportunity to learn how scientists are studying climate change in the Arctic, the methods being used to predict how changes in these areas will impact the rest of our planet, and the important ways science relates to cultural, economic, and other non-science topics. Answering questions about the world using careful observations and measurements is at the core of science, but classroom instruction rarely gives students an opportunity to learn this way. Our goal with Polar Explorer is to solve this problem and virtually bring the Arctic to the student and make it easier for teachers to include this important subject in their curricula. Polar Explorer is being developed as an immersive digital education product designed to motivate students by giving them an opportunity to personally connect with and study these fragile landscapes. The Polar Explorer virtual field trip will seamlessly combine the tools of scientific investigation with immersive 360-degree imagery collected from across Alaska. Students will learn what it's like to do fieldwork in this harsh and remote environment. They will gather data using authentic techniques, they will take measurements, make observations, and draw conclusions based on their findings. During the experience, they will meet and work with a diverse group of scientists. The overall experience is engaging, educationally effective, and, through the use of intelligent tutoring, accessible to a range of students. Students won't be the only ones using Polar Explorer to take measurements. In support of NSF's mission of advancing knowledge, Polar Explorer will also be a testbed for conducting rigorous education research on the use of virtual field trips to teach science. Although a number of previous studies demonstrate the value of virtual field trips, Polar Explorer will provide a unique opportunity to test whether this interactive digital learning environment leads to greater learning gains than conventional instruction. All of this is made possible through funding from the NSF iUse program. This project is the result of a collaboration among both polar scientists and experts in learning design and educational technology. Polar Explorer is currently in development and is set to be released in beta in 2024.